Up to his name, or down to it. No, down. The Hunter's Revenge. Bastards. Hit it. Nice. They were never there when I wanted them. Now they're plenty when I don't. For some reason, whenever I was think of that Eddie Izzard skit where he was saying like guns don't kill people, but they help. I always think of here in Stranglethorn Vale. I don't know why. Like this particular area, just like up there, you know, just mentally associated. Maybe I was playing through here while listening to that particular skit, but I'm not sure. I know I probably should have gone back and gotten the level up for my herbalism by now, but I don't want to go back just yet. I want to get my mining up further. Then again, I could just smith some stuff up. Do it that way. I'm not sure. It does cut. It might cut into my profits a bit. Okay. Let's just make a beeline over here. I've recorded for way too long. I know I keep saying that, but it keeps being true. We'll ignore him. If we just make our way to the ruins itself, we'll find plenty of them. Don't need to fight anymore. I still haven't... Oh? It ran off. That's cute. It's precious. Your pet raptor seems to have found a new toy. A skull from a nearby troll skull pile. What sets this skull apart from the rest is beyond you. For some reason she won't put it down. Osborne of Noctis, the gnome you saved from the Curzon's compound, is an expert in troll history and psychology and physiology. Maybe he'll have some idea what makes this one so special. That is precious. And he's coming in useful. A collection of ancient troll tales and legends. Moon over the Vale. A moon over the Vale shines, casting its glow upon the jungle, where proud warriors heed the call to defend our nation and sacred grounds. A moon over the Vale shines, far above the cries of battle, where blood is spilt, of foe and comrade alike. When their brethren pass into realms beyond the known, the soul spirit hardens deep beneath the veil. When our brethren pass into the mountain's temple, we shall protect their eternal spirit, encased within the holy blue crystal. And when our brethren pass, a moon over the Vale shines. Garlic the Wanderer. The beginning of the tablet was worn and erased, but the end was legible. Garlic stamped through the jungle, his eyes burned, and his chest rumbled, for there was great anger in him. In fury he roared to the sky, his arm, he raised his arm, and he raised his arm. He raised his left arm, grown strong and sure from hunting without its twin, for Garlic's arm was gone, and it would not return. And so he wandered, and he searched. His arm remained lost to him, and so he cursed, and he roared as he walked. But Garlic had long ago turned his ears away from the spirits, and they were angered when they listened to his curses. Doomed was Garlic, doomed to wander, armless. Fall of Gurbashi. Rising from the ocean, a tower of water, Neptune sent the great Kraken to doomed Alaki. So huge were their forms that jungles of kelp swayed through their limbs, and the Leviathan swam through bodies. The largest Kraken then raised his arms high and crashed down into the sea, sending waves about him, and they raged towards Alaki. The Kraken roared, their voices thundered like an entire ocean. We come. Minlot, standing firm, called forth his magic. The waves sent to Alali parted and washed both sides. they flooded the jungle beyond. Minloth then bade his minions chant spells of binding, and the din rang out as dozens of troll voices began, and one voice rose above the rest. Minloth bellowed, and his magic gathered the power of his minion spells, and he cast it at the approaching kraken. The seas parted, and Minloth's spell sped towards the minions in Epsilon. Lightning tore the sky, and the spell struck them, and 1,000 bolts fell, boiling the water and creating craters in the earth. Minloth cried in triumph, knowing that the spell would fall the great beasts. But the kraken are old, very old. They remembered when the land was first born from the sea. They remembered when the old ones ruled, and when the travellers came and cast them down. They remembered when magic was new. They are old, and they hold many secrets. Though Minloth's spell was strong, it, like the troll, was mortal, and so it failed. It failed to bind the kraken, but it hadn't reached them. Not in eons had a mortal caused them pain, and the troll's spell was painful. So they shed the bindings of Minloth's spell, but then roared and struck with fury. A rumble was heard as great waves rose from the deep and raced towards the land. When they reached Palnai, they cast a shadow on the city. But before they destroyed it, the kraken halted, poised. The troll witch doctors trembled and cried out to their master, Minloth. Minloth gazed at the mountains of the sea, doomed and defiant. He turned to his adepts and whispered, and the trolls etched his last words into stone. Minloth then faced the looming kraken. He grimaced and hurled the staff, his last bold act. Kraken then bent their fury upon Minloth, and an ocean fell upon Palnai. And it was no more. And then the waters fell upon the jungle, washing clean all they met. Trolls and beasts cried out as the waters smashed and drowned them. Many Gorbashi wondered why the ocean swallowed them. But then they died and knew nothing. Finally, when the waters reached the mountains, they stopped. Appeased, they retreated back beyond the shores, and left a wake of death. They retreated, but they surged around the valley and remained, drowning it forever. And the chief Vargashi, safe beyond the mountains in Zul'Gurub, went out to the jungle and found the wash clean of his people, and he despaired, for his dreams of conquest were thwarted, and never was Minloth the serpent found. The Emperor's tomb, by moon and fire, by flesh and bone, scribed in blood, carved in stone, leave this place or meet your doom, stands guard over the Emperor's tomb. Let me read that again because I like it, it rhymes. By moon and fire, by flesh and bone, scribed in blood and carved in stone, leave this place or meet your doom, death stands guard over the Emperor's tomb. I love it. I'm simply pleased. Easily pleased. Need to get a totem. Not many of them have it, it seems. There we go. An unusual looking totem carved with ancient runic inscriptions. And there's one over here. Water elemental braziers. Okay, this is the last quest I'm going to do. And then I'm going to call quits. I'll do the quest and I'll go turn in all of these. Then I'll call quits. Then. Yeah. Then I'll try and pick up again tomorrow. But, well, later today, really, considering it has ticked over to tomorrow. But we'll worry about that then. There's another troll thing up here. Okay. Just want to discover here and see Zul'Dia runes. There's more blood scalps. I don't actually see where the place I'm thinking of once stood. It's unlikely to be this, because the Zandalari base had an island to the north. It seems that maybe this has been removed. More damage was done to it than I realized. Also, that is to do with the dead mines. That's actually the hidden hidden exit that the Van Cleef's ship was going to use. Wait, there's nothing here. Was this the island from that cutscene? I wonder. There was a cutscene back in Cataclysm where there was a troll meeting, and it took place on a tropical island. It looks a bit like this, but my recollection is vague. The trolls were all meeting here. The Zandalari, even Zul'jin's trolls, all of them were meeting here. Zul'jin would have no part in their meeting because of what they're planning, and he left. I think this might have been it. But it's not the... This ain't the island of the... that the Zandalari were originally on. Or if it is, it's been significantly changed. I thought they left their buildings here, but they were simply empty. You can see a harbour up there in Westfall. But that's not the case, clearly. But yeah, basically they had an island over here. I think that might have been it, or it may have been here. But they had a smaller island to the north of it, on which there was a shrine. The shrine was relevant to the quest in some way, but it might have been this. But in either case, there was buildings on it. It was a troll settlement, and like I said, there's the island to the north, and there's none of that here now. So I have no idea what's happened. They seem to have actually picked up every stick and branch and moved out. And also part of the reason why I think the other part was that island was there's the fire from it. There was a fire that the trolls were standing around. The troll leaders were standing around, I should say. Sorry, I just needed a drink there. Getting a bit hoarse from all the talking. There's the altar of Nihilus. This is definitely not the island that the trolls were originally on. It doesn't have the right shape to it and all that. But yeah, it was probably changed in Cataclysm. Well, presumably the landmass just got changed in Cataclysm or something. But I didn't realize it had, is what I'm getting at. I thought it was actually fine. You know, I really want to get to Howling Fjord. You know, just got a hankering to play through there. Which I will get my wish. I will be sick and tired of those areas by the time I get there. Well, by the time I'm done with them, because I'm gonna have to run those areas like 10 times. Let's say I have 10 characters. Howling Fjord, I think, is one of the zones that you cannot go to. In Northrend, there's a few zones that you have options of doing. Like Ice Crown, you don't have to do that, you can run Storm Peaks. But, like, say, I sent half to Storm Peaks, half to Ice Crown. I'm still doing 5 in each. Thankfully, you know, hopefully half will be Alliance, half will be Horde, roughly, obviously. But, it's, you know, it's still a lot, you know. And even the Horde Alliance divide won't help too much when there's plenty of third-party factions in there that don't care about that divide. So, I'll end up doing the same quests anyway. There we go. Need something? Yes, Kulgoroth. These will do for my purposes, though we can't activate the altar with the bracers alone. I need something to cut into the raw elemental power of these bracers, something strong and abrasive, but still of the sea. Merc Gill Murlocs have moved inland from the sea, but they still carry vials of salt water on them. what they use it for, I can't say for sure. I can't be sure, but it will serve for our studies. You can find a Merkle in the glades south of the rebel camp, east of the Balal ruins.
Safe travels.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? Because I don't have fucking water walk. And it's a fair bit in. Damn, I didn't think she was going to be as pernickety. Fine. I'll finish this, then I'm heading to bed. Really should probably just call it quits now, but you know, there's a lot of quests here, and I'm making it, you know, a fair clip through them, you know? I'm making progress, so I want to keep that up. You know, I want to just keep going, you know? Because the more I get done now, the better. Well, not necessarily the better. I could get it done at another stage, but I'm in the mood, I'm in the swing. It's good. Though part of me feels the commentary is suffering slightly. Then again, that implies the commentary could suffer in the first place. So, yeah. That's being a little too full of myself there. Okay, let's creep past these guys. I've little need to kill any of them. I solely have a grudge to pick with the Murlocs. And this vein, if I can reach it. There we go. Here we go. Merc Gill Hunters.
I'm out of range.
Wonder why they've moved this far in and why they have these vials of salt water, sea salt. And as a side point, why do we need what these Murlocs have? Why couldn't anything else work? A small vial of salt. You know, why don't, you know, why? Regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm getting plenty of resources for it, so it's not that big of an issue. Like, after getting plenty of qualt, getting some other stuff to sell, like tick scales, some Murloc fins, that kind of thing. There's a cold bringer down there. It's a frost mage. Only need 2 more vials. There's a few bits of stuff up there, but I'm not sure if I can. You know, actually, there's a possibly accessible point here. Sometimes the mount can help. Sometimes. This ain't one of those times. Okay, we're ignoring that then. I know there's a way up just there, but I'm not taking it. Damn it! I want to focus on this.
I'm out of range.
Okay, I have to walk up this. There. God, that's precious. Oh, here's Golog.
I need to get closer.
There we go. Still not enough. Still not the still no sea salt. Okay. Let's take a pot shot at you.
Too far away.
Come on, kill it. There we go. Job is done. And we move. Okay, summon her.
Good day to you.
The salt. We have what we need. Are you ready to activate the altar of Nihilus, Kulgoroth? The salt you brought was sufficient to activate the Bracer's innate enchantments. I have taken these enchantments and combined them with a summoning token, a gift if you will. Return to the Isle of Nihilus and place the gift in Nihilus's altar. Call me again once you've Nihilus's heart.
See you around.
Which